Hello there guys, and welcome back to another review. And today we will be taking a look at the brand new Wild Past Tethyshadros pair. Now, Tethyshadros, name means Tethian hadrosauroid, is a genus of dwarf hadrosauroid that lived in the late Cretaceous period during the Maastrichtian stage 70 million years ago in what is now Italy. It was around 4.5 metres long, just over a metre tall, and estimated at 300 kilograms in weight. Now, many specimens of Tethyshadros have been recovered from Italy. In fact, two have been named, Antonio and Bruno, which have actually shown us quite a lot about what this animal looked like. Now, Tethyshadros is actually an example of what is called insular dwarfism. As during the Cretaceous, Europe was an archipelago of islands. And of course, one of the most famous examples is Hatzeg Island from Romania, where many types of dwarf dinosaurs were found. Tethyshadros is the same thing, where an island cannot support a large animal, so over time the animal population shrinks to adjust to their new environment. And this is what happened with Tethyshadros. Before we take a look at the figures, we will just take a look at the box. Now, like all Wild Past figures, they come in a really nice box. Now, let me just raise this a bit. Here we are. Come in this really beautiful box. Here's here 1/35th Tethyshadros insularis. There's a beautiful picture on the front there of the Tethyshadros pair. Up at the top, shows a size of the animal. Also says here, found in Italy, what classification it is, and when exactly it lived. On the side of the box it also shows other figures available, which is the Protoceratops with nest. On the back we have, of course, image of the figures themselves, two figures plus a separate base. And of course there's a follow us on Instagram thing on the bottom. And then on the bottom it just says here the design and the sculpt and the illustration as well. So I think it's a beautiful piece. So really, really cool. I like that they do that for the figures. And here we have the figures themselves. Now, I think it is rather awesome that they included a pair of these animals in different poses. It actually allows for a lot of display options. Now I'm just going to take the first one off the base here. So we'll take a look at the base first. Unlike collector's bases, this base is actually really beautifully coloured. We've got some nice gradient of paint, so we've got some like leaves here, some rocks, even a log there. We also have the footholes where the feet go for the animal. On the underside it says Tethyshadros pair. 2020 Wild Past, made in Germany. As you can see, we have the footholes here. But yeah, this is just a really nice little base. So here we have the first Tethyshadros. I like to think of this one as a male, as it seems to have a lot more paint variation than on the other one. We can see here's beautifully done. The head sculpt is really, really nice. You can see we've got some nice scale work on there. We have a white patch on the head. We've got the eyes there and the beak. We have the forelimbs sort of raised up. Maybe it's calling to other members of its herd. But you can see there's some nice scale work along here, especially on the thighs and the hip bones. There's even a few little scoots along the back. And there's of course a very longish, very thin tail. Tethyshadros had a very unusual tail, probably due to the isolation on the island. There's some nice white striping along there as well. On the other side as well, there's some more nice scale detail on the figure, along the underside as well. Now, it doesn't stand all that well without the base. You can see it has a hard time standing up. So I would recommend displaying this figure on the base. So you just need to just line up the feet correctly on the base itself. Just gotta make sure they slot in correctly. Might take a little bit of And there we go. Now, getting the feet in is quite simple. You just need to just make sure you line them up correctly. Go in separate footprints as they are actually molded to the feet. So there we are. So he goes in like that. Make sure that the log is behind the animal, and there we are. So he's quite firmly in there, so he's not going to fall out. So he's quite firmly situated in there, so that's very cool. Then here we have, I like to think of as the female. You can see she's not as brightly coloured as the other one. You can see that she has a nice head sculpt there of the eyes. There's some nice detail on her as well. Nice striping that we had on the male. We actually have also some striping there on the forelimbs and the hind limbs. You can see, of course, right there is the other leg. She's sort of led down. You can see underneath is the indentation of the other hind limb as she's laying down, the very long tail, so it's sort of made of like a rubbery material. But she's quite sweet looking. You can see also underneath there's some nice detail. So these are two very small figures, but I think these work. These are some very, very nice figures, and also Tethyshadros has never even been made in a figure before, so I think it's great that Wild Past have chosen to actually not give us one, but two. And just for a little bit of a comparison, just move these just to the side a little bit. Here we have the Protoceratops with Nest, the first figure that they released. As you can see, as they are on 35th scale, they are more or less, I'd say, in scale, maybe a little bit. I mean, Tethyshadros, as you can see, is definitely a larger animal. But, yeah, I think this is really, really cool. I look forward to seeing what else Wild Past are doing. I know that I think one of them is a Majungasaurus. Majungasaurus is one of my favourite theropods, so I look forward to seeing how that Majungasaurus turns out. But yeah, I think I hope that they do more unique species like the Tethyshadros here. I think that, they could really do wonders for many species that have not been made before. If you want to check out the Wild Past Protoceratops review, I will leave it in the description box below. So let me just move that out of the way. And just for another size comparison, here we have the huge Safari Limited Edmontosaurus, and you can just see the size difference. You can just see there the size difference is absolutely humongous. I don't know if this is to scale, but if it is, that is ridiculous. The size difference compared to them. So, as you can see, these are pretty small figures, but I think they're going to fit great on my shelf. But I just thought I'd show you a little size difference, so if it is a bit off-putting for you guys, that's perfectly fine. But I think these two fit wonderfully in my collection, and I look forward to putting them up on the shelf along with my other hadrosaurs. So I think these two are a rather wonderful little set. I mean, whenever dinosaur figures are made, it's normally one, or it's done in a different pose, but at least with these two, you have two figures that are in different poses, and they work fantastic in a diorama. I think these are a wonderful addition to the dinosaur toy community, and I look forward to seeing what else Wild Past will do. Hoping for more obscure species, and yeah, I just look forward to seeing what they are doing. I mean, if you are watching this Wild Past, I think this is a great two great figures alongside the Protoceratops. I think they're wonderful, and I look forward to seeing what you are doing next. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little look at the Tethyshadros pair by Wild Past. If you want to purchase this box of figures, you can at Everything Dinosaur. I will leave a link in the description box below where you can purchase this alongside the Wild Past Protoceratops. And yeah, so hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Please take care and have a great day. Bye!